Happy birthday to Frozen King Avalanche and to anybody else who shares their birthday with March 13th.
So I got a feather in my beak.
Oh no! So anyhow, in these videos, we list off various people through history that share your birthday, and then we have a list of various things that happened on your birthday in history. We're starting off with Jack Harlow, a rapper whose single "What's Poppin'," and what else did they have on?
He also sung on "Industry Baby" by Lil Nas X. So. We did a little segment in there. It was fun. It was fun. Weird to have that. It was a weird lines that he wrote for it. But,
okay.
But it was fun. I liked it.
So he turns 26.
Wow, he is so young.
Next is Harry Melling, who is Dudley Dursley. He is also Harry Beltic in Queen's Gambit. He turns 35.
Oh, he's really great at playing characters named Harry.
He was Dudley Dursley, not Harry.
Oh, well, he's Harry Beltic.
In Queen's Gambit, yes.
There you go.
Marco Andretti, American race car driver and grandson of Mario Andretti. He turns 37. Emil Hirsch, actor who played the live-action Speed Racer. And Jay Sebring in Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, one of his more recent performances. He turns 39. Noel Fisher, who played Mickey Milkovich in Shameless, and Cale Malloy on The Riches. He turns 40. David Dryman, lead singer of heavy metal band Disturbed, known for Down with the Sickness, turns 51.
And they have an awesome Sound of Silence remake. They've done a few great songs.
Lonnie Rashid Lynn, commonly known as Common. See what I did there? He's a rapper and actor, turns 52. You know anything else about Common?
They're an insect rider, a motorcyclist from Japan.
It's Common. That means mask.
Yeah, Common Rider.
Next is Leigh Allen Baker, who played Ellen on Will and Grace. And the mom, Amy Duncan, on Good Luck, Charlie. As well as the voice of Abby on Back at the Barnyard.
Oh, I used to watch Good Luck, Charlie.
She also turns 52.
It was weird because the show was about the girl that writing the blog and not so much Charlie. Charlie was just the plot device.
Oh.
But it's fine, whatever. She was a baby.
All right, next we have is Tim Story. No, wait. Did I skip ahead? Well, yeah, Tim Story, director of movies such as Barbershop, Fantastic Four, Rise of the Silver Surfer, Ride Along, Shaft 2019, Tom and Jerry, more recent one, and The Blackening, which just came out last year. He turns 54. Michael Arrington, American founder of the blog TechCrunch, which covers like Silicon Valley topics. He's apparently very successful at that. He turns 54. Akira Nogami, Japanese wrestler for the New Japan Pro Wrestling, goes by under the wrestling name of Akira, all caps. He turns 58. Vance Johnson, a former wide receiver for the Denver Broncos. He turns 61. Adam Clayton, bassist for the rock band U2, which we were just talking about earlier.
Yeah.
He turns 64.
Nobody knows who U2 is. I'm just kidding. They're a hugely popular band. Ask your grandparents.
Rachel Renee Russell, author of the #1 New York Times bestseller, The Dork Diaries. She turns 65.
What a great name, RRR.
Indeed. Greg Norton, bass guitarist for the hardcore punk band Husker Du.
Husker Du, Husker Dodes.
He also turns 65. Motoharu Sano, Japanese rock singer-songwriter known for anti-city pop song Someday. He turns 68.
Oh, anti-city. I've heard city pop.
Yeah.
But I'm not familiar with anti-city.
Same. I'm hoping like Janier can fill us in.
Japanese country?
Yeah, it could be. I have no idea. Jamie Dimon, CEO of JP Morgan Chase. He also turned 68. Fred Berry, African-American actor best known as a Rerun on What's Happening. Sadly, he has passed away. He was 52, and if he were alive today, he would be 73.
Let me tell you, they were an amazing dancer, like absurdly good.
Let's see. Next is William H. Macy, best known for his roles in Fargo, Mystery Men, and as Frank Gallagher in Shameless, and many, many other things. I'm sure you've seen him in his thing. I remember he was in Jurassic Park 3.
Yeah, oh yeah.
But yeah, he turned 74.
Is he the Gallagher that smashed the watermelons?
No, that's his character in Shameless.
Oh, is the Shameless guy smashed the
Neil Sedaka, an American pianist, singer, and songwriter, known for Breaking Up Is Hard to Do and Love Will Keep Us Together, among many, many others.
Love will keep us together.
He turns 85.
Something on birds of a feather.
Al Jaffe, cartoonist for Mad Magazine from 1955 to 2020, has the world record for longest career as a comic artist. Was 102 when he died, and it would be 103 if you're alive today.
That's amazing. I don't even have a joke for that. That's amazing.
Right?
That is amazing.
Right?
Wow.
Next is Ralph J. Roberts, American businessman and founder of Comcast, was 95 and would be 104 if you were alive today. L. Ron Hubbard, American sci-fi writer. Yes, he is a sci-fi writer. Known for something called Death Quest and probably more well-known for Dianetics. And founder of the Church of Scientology. He was 74 when he passed away. If he were alive today, he would be 113. And lastly, Percival Lowell, American astronomer who predicted the discovery of Pluto and a founder of the Lowell Observatory in Flagstaff, Arizona. That's right, Arizona. Although he was born in Boston, Massachusetts.
A person named Lowell was born in Boston?
Yes.
How absurd. Something from Boston, Lowell being in Boston, or even the surrounding area.
It was not the source of the city of Lowell, though. That was Francis Cabot Lowell.
Ooh.
No, I'm not sure if they're related. I did not think to look into that. But they were 61 when they passed away. If they were alive today, they'd be 169.
Nice.
So those are the birthdays. So now we go on this day in history. So on this day in history, in the year 607 AD, the 12th recorded perihelion passage of the Halley's Comet. In over a century, 1,000 years? What's a 1,000 years? Why can't I think of this? 1,000 years later,
Millennium.
Millennium later. Thank you. The year 1639 or 1639, Cambridge College, Massachusetts, is renamed Harvard for clergyman John Harvard.
That's wild. I honestly did not realize how old Harvard was.
Yes,
over
it's
300
very old.
years. Oh my gosh! Can you imagine the boomers?
And I think it was around longer, just under a different name.
Yeah.
In 1759, the 27th recorded perihelion passage of Halley's Comet. In 1781, William Herschel sees what he thinks is a comet, but is actually the discovery of the planet Uranus.
Are you sure that's how it's pronounced?
Yes, until Professor Farnsworth renamed it in the future.
Your rectum.
Your rectum, indeed. Next is, let's see. In 1852, Uncle Sam cartoon figure is made its debut in the New York Lantern Weekly. Why isn't it scrolling anymore?
You have to click in the window. You left click. Make it active. Oh, left click up, way up at the top. There you go. Now maybe you could click down.
I don't know. Let's see. In 1868, Senate begins U.S. President Andrew Johnson's impeachment trial. So yeah, there wasn't a president that was impeached at one point. Oh, that worked. Thank you.
Do you not remember where it is? Reclose? Sorry.
It's okay. There we go. In 1869, Arkansas legislature passes an anti-KKK law.
Nice.
Normally, I would leave something like that out, but it's anti against them, so I'd say leave it in. Next, in 1877, American Chester Greenwood patents earmuffs after inventing them at age 15.
Oh my gosh.
Next,
interesting. They called it earmuffs.
What's that?
No reason.
Okay. In 1888, the Great Blizzard of 1888 rages across the east coast of the United States of America and Canada. In 1894, J.L. Johnstone of England invents horse racing starting gate.
What do you suppose his Flintstone's name would be?
I think they
John
probably...
Rock.
Okay.
I don't know.
In 1897, San Diego State University is founded.
Oh.
In 1900, in France, the length of the working day for women and children is limited by law to 11 hours.
Oh.
In 1901, a year later, amidst increasing anti-gambling sentiment, wagering on horse racing is banned in San Francisco, California. Ingleside Racetrack closes March 15th.
Wow, just 2 days.
In 1905, Mata Hari first performs her dance act at the Guillemette Museum in Paris.
Oh, c'est bon.
In 1913, Kansas legislature approved censorship of motion pictures. Ooh.
Yeah. I don't
In
know.
1915, Brooklyn Robins manager Wilbert Robinson tries to catch a baseball dropped from an airplane, but the pilot substitutes a grapefruit.
Perfect set.
In 1921, Mongolia, former Outer Mongolia, declares independence from China.
Ah, stupid Mongolians. Oh shoot.
No, they are not stupid. They're very smart.
Yeah,
to
I'm just
separate
kidding.
from China.
It's just a line.
And
from the show.
yeah, from the South Park.
Yeah.
In 1925, American inventor Lee DeForest demonstrates his sound on film moving pictures in New York City.
Can you believe? Like, it's crazy to think that was such an innovation because. Beforehand, in the silent picture area, they would still have music, but they would have an actual pianist in the theater playing the piano. And it almost sounds like I'm making it up, but
yeah.
that's what it is. They would play the piano live.
In 1925, Tennessee makes it unlawful to teach evolution. So we've come a long way.
Yes, thankfully. Although I do have a friend that doesn't believe in it for the most ridiculous and predictable reasons.
Okay. In 1930, Clyde Tombaugh announces discovery of Pluto at the Lowell Observatory.
Hey, the same guy. That's the same, on the anniversary of this other guy saying Pluto will exist eventually.
And at his observatory.
It's nice. I like it.
Right?
Like it.
In 1938, World News Roundup is broadcast for the first time on CBS Radio in the United States.
Oh, nice.
In 1942, Julia Flick of the Nurses Corps becomes the first woman colonel in the United States Army.
Oh, very nice. That is the year that my daddy was born.
Oh. In 1943, baseball approves official ball with cork and balata. No idea what balata is.
Yeah, I don't know either.
And
that is wild. Yeah, you would think they didn't have a standard system.
And on that same day in 1943, Oskar Schindler, with advanced information, saves his workers by keeping them in his factory overnight. If you've heard of Oskar Schindler, you know what he saved them from. I'm not going to elaborate further. I actually removed some information there that would have kept this from being on here. In 1947, the 19th Academy Awards, Best Years of Our Lives, De Havilland and March win. We just had the Academy Awards the other night. Current day, I mean. In 1950, General Motors Corporation reports record net earnings of, get this, $656,434,232 in 1950s money.
Yeah. Can you imagine? That's got to be at least, 3 times that now?
In 1956, The Searchers, American Western film directed by John Ford, starring John Wayne and Natalie Wood, is released. In 1961, old-type black and white notes cease to be legal tender.
Huh.
So yeah, there used to be money, American currency, that was not in color. And they stopped accepting it in 1961 on this day. In 1965, the Beatles' 8 Days a Week single goes #1 and stays #1 for 2 weeks.
Something in love, girl. 8 days a week. Thank you. I will butcher any songs you like. Send leave requests down in the comments.
Also on this date in 1965, British guitarist Eric Clapton quits the Yardbirds due to the band moving away from traditional blues, and Jeff Beck becomes his replacement.
Oh man, I didn't realize Eric Clapton had been around that early. He also did, was it Tears in Heaven? Would you know my name if I saw you in heaven? Once again, I'll ruin any song you like. Put it down there in the comments.
In 1968, the Beatles released the single Lady Madonna in the UK. In the following year, 1969,
Nice.
Apollo 9 returns to Earth. In 1972, the 7th Academy of Country Music Awards, Freddie Hart and Loretta Lynn win.
Okay, yeah, I actually recognize one of those bands.
In 1979, a European monetary system is established. The ECU is created.
Ah, that's the year I was born.
In 1982, ABC TV crime drama T.J. Hooker premieres, starring William Shatner.
Yes, that kept more. Oh my gosh, it's so wild. I forgot that T.J. Hooker was a thing. Of course, we know he was from Star Trek. T.J. Hooker, if anything, was even bigger for him career-wise than Star Trek was.
Mm-hmm.
Star Trek opened the door. T.J. Hooker put him in everybody's household every day in a mainstream show that wasn't just for nerdy weirdos.
Now it's for everybody.
I am a nerdy weirdo.
Yes, so am I. In 1986, also a very good year, the 12th People's Choice Awards, Sylvester Stallone and Meryl Streep win for motion picture, and Bill Cosby and Linda Evans win for TV.
So the year that the Transformers movie came out.
Yes, it is. Very good. Also in 1986, Microsoft has its initial public offering. So somebody could have bought stock in Microsoft as a birthday gift for me, or a baby shower gift, I guess, or something. I don't know.
Yeah, it could have been a birthday gift. I mean, they would have only been a couple months later, so.
Yeah, would it mean like, do people give birthday gifts to like you are born? Here's a gift. So that's why I was like baby shower.
Oh, I got you. Yes, and they do that. That is a thing.
Okay, next, also on that same day in 1986, a lot of stuff happened this day. Soyuz T-15 carries 2 cosmonauts to Soviet space station Mir.
Oh, yeah. I remember they had constant repair issues. There was an animation I was in where that was a line. Like, where do you want us to get parts? Mir? And I'm like, that's me. I can't find it, though. Galvabots.
In 1988, the 14th People's Choice Awards, Michael Douglas and Glenn Close win for motion picture, and Bill Cosby and Sybil Shepherd win for TV. Interesting. He won. Well, I guess there was a year in between that wasn't on this date, but yeah, kind of wild. And 1988, Japan's Seikan Tunnel, the world's longest tunnel with underwater segment of 53.90 kilometers in total, opens, connecting Honshu to Hokkaido by rail. The Channel Tunnel remains the longest underwater tunnel.
Neat. Very neat. We'll go there someday.
In 1989, the 27th shuttle Discovery 8 was launched, the first woman to do the countdown, and U.S. Space Shuttle STS 29 is launched. Those are 2 separate events, but I figured I'd combine them since they were both about space travel. In 1991, Exxon pays $1 billion in fines and cleanup of the Valdez oil spill.
Yes. The Exxon Valdez that was a huge deal. If you were around in that time, that was all the news.
I didn't pay attention to the news at that time, but I had heard about that.
You could not ignore it.
I couldn't leave that off the list, even though it's a terrible thing that happened. It was worldwide news.
Yes, it was a huge thing. That's where, like, when you see the images of people scrubbing oil off of ducks, that became popularized during this Exxon.
It seems weird to say popularized, but I get what you're saying.
I know, but that's where it was cemented in the minds of people like myself. To this day, it's still, Dawn puts ducks on their bottles.
They do, they do. In 1993, Blizzard of 93 hits the Northeast USA. In 1995, the 9th Soul Train Music Awards, Boyz II Men and Anita Baker win.
Yes, Boyz II Men, huge group. They were they were one of those groups you couldn't ignore at the time. Not that you'd want to, because they were great.
In 1997, the Phoenix Lights seen at night over Phoenix, Arizona by hundreds of people and by millions on television, now a hotly debated controversy.
You're telling me that the Phoenix Lights are appearing at this time of day.
All localized entirely within your state of Arizona.
Can I see it? Yeah, sure. Just turn on the TV.
2004, Luciano Pavarotti performs in his last opera at New York Metropolitan Opera's Tosca.
Luciano Pavarotti.
In 2005, Bob Iger is named CEO of Walt Disney International, succeeding Michael Eisner.
My gosh, was that only 2005?
Yeah, as no other author would say, Eisner? Eisner! Hopefully I did that justice. In 2006, the 21st Rock and Roll Hall of Fame inductees, Black Sabbath, Blondie, Miles Davis, Leonard Skinner, Sex Pistols, and Herb Alpert and Jerry Moss, excuse me. I've heard of most of those people and bands.
Yeah. I've heard of all. Yeah.
In 2008, gold prices on the New York Mercantile Exchange hits $1,000 an ounce for the first time. In 2012, Encyclopedia Britannica announces that it will no longer publish printed versions of its encyclopedia.
Yes, they were one of those commercials you'd see a couple times, or at least once a year, with the encyclopedia salesman who was a handsome young man with long shoulder-length blonde hair and glasses, and it just, the internet destroyed it. And I'm not saying, hey, it's progress.
Yes,
progress,
exactly.
baby.
Agreed. In 2013, our Argentine Catholic Cardinal Jorge Mario Bergoglio, 76, is elected the new Pope, taking the papal name of Pope Francis.
Yes, he's the woke Pope.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah, I don't know if people call him that, but he's a little more forgiving.
And also on that day, the European Parliament rejects a European Union budget for the first time. In the following year, 2014, Captain America: The Winter Soldier is directed by Anthony and Joe Russo, starring Chris Evans and Scarlett Johansson, premieres in Los Angeles, California.
Yeah, they killed Agent Sitwell from the Marvel one-shots and the one episode of Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.
In 2018, National Geographic magazine admits its past coverage was racist in issues to mark 50 years since the death of Martin Luther King Jr.
Yeah, that's very big of them, because, I mean, I know everything's a product of the time, but it doesn't mean that it's not inappropriate or racist.
Also on that day in 2018, U.S. Secretary of State Rex Tillerson is fired via a tweet from then-President Mr. Orange there.
Yes.
In 2019, British MPs vote to reject the no-deal Brexit, defeated Theresa May's government 321 votes to 378. Not entirely sure if that's how noteworthy that is, but it seemed like it when I was collecting my data. Also on that day in 2019, California Governor Gavin Newsom announces an indefinite moratorium on the death sentence in the state, saying it discriminates against marginalized communities.
Interesting.
And also on that day in 2019, Cuban-American singer-songwriter Gloria Estefan, songwriter-musician Emilio Estefan receives the Library of Congress Gershwin Prize at the DAR Constitution Hall in Washington, D.C.
5, 6, 7, come on, baby, let's go dance. All right,
Okay.
figured it out.
And in 2020, Microsoft co-founder Bill Gates steps down from the company's board to focus on philanthropic activities.
Yeah, basically he was old and wanted to do more fun things and had all the money in the world, so... I mean, you could be like, oh, why do you walk away from so much? Because he has more money than he'll ever spend for the rest of his life.
More than likely. And 2022, the 75th BAFTA Awards, Best Film, The Power of the Dog, Best Director, Gene Campion, and Acting Awards, Joanna Scanlon and Will Smith.
1, 2, 3, 4, come on, baby, let's
Also-
go dancing. 5, 6, 7,
Also on 2022, after a 40-day retirement, a record-breaking quarterback Tom Brady announces he will play at least one more season in the NFL with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Guy just cannot give up
Just
playing the
can't-
footballs.
Just can't stay retired, you know.
And last year, vinyl records outsell CDs in the U.S. for the first time since 1987, with 41 million vinyl records versus 33 million CDs, according to news reports.
That is
to a new
wild.
report.
Like, I buy records because of nostalgia, and they're cheap enough. It's a easy way to get a little bit of nostalgia, and I have no hate for people that buy records, even if it's just the fashion of the day. But wow, even more than CDs, well, physical media is definitely dying. So unless you have some sort of nostalgia appeal or some hipster appeal, you're not gonna last. What do we even need CDs for anymore?
I play them in my car.
Yeah, I like them, but you could encode all that. We could put
So anyhow, once again, happy birthday to Frozen King Avalanche. Thank you for watching, and if you have a birthday you'd like me to do a birthday video for, just like one of these, leave it in the comments below, and until next time, I'll see you guys later. Bye-bye!
Oh, it's on the other screen this time.